big thank you to Munchery.com for sponsoring this episode of Dish Gods. Munchery.com, delicious delivered. What is Munchery.com? They are a food subscription and delivery service. They bring you restaurant quality food delivered right to your door at a time that you can choose that is convenient for you.
They deliver pre-made meals as well as cooking kits for you and a loved one. You can also use our code DSGD0417 for $20 credit towards your purchase if you choose to try Munchery today. Munchery, deliciousness delivered. Also, big thank you to Shotgun Kitchen for also sponsoring this episode. We are going to be opening up the show with their song Jill the Goddess off the album White Trash Soul, which you can find on iHeartRadio and YouTube. You can also check out their Facebook page, facebook.com/Shotgun Kitchen for more information, as well as their show dates. I know they're playing a couple shows in Tacoma, as well as Northern Washington, so please feel free to check them out. Maybe you'll see us at a show. Who knows? But without further ado, here's Shotgun Kitchen with Jill the Goddess.
Jill the Goddess doesn't waste her time turning water into wine. When you raise a daughter, things like walking on the water seem small time. And though she won't be saving mankind, I know that she's a goddess divine, and I'll follow her gladly, because the goddess badly blew my mind. She's so beautiful and funny, and she's quick like a bunny, and she's the only living goddess.
And welcome back, Dish Gods listeners.
Holy shit.
Episode 28.
Is it 28?
We're at 28 already, Max.
We're almost at that big 3-0. What are we going to do?
Well, I know we already did, and I'm dying to talk about it.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's just get right into it.
So we're going to get into the meat and potatoes.
No pun intended.
So our good friends at Munchery.com
.com.
sent us a little present.
A little present.
Oh,
Putting it mildly.
yeah, to put it mildly, they sent us a little present, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely, hands down, some of the best food I've had, dare I say, ever.
I mean, I don't want to, in case you didn't hear in the beginning, if you skip our beginnings, Munchery is a food subscription service. They deliver you meals and cooking kits. And we got some food from them today they were pre-made meals. We had this pork sandwich and some chicken piccata.
It was a braised pork shoulder sandwich.
Yeah.
With this amazing cilantro mayo, and it had sautéed onions and bell peppers with it. And it was...
And that bread, though.
Oh, my God, that bread. Everything about it. Just everything about this meal. One, it was delivered to my door.
At a time that was, like, super convenient, too.
Yeah. So there's no waiting.
And okay, I want to talk about that really quick, because whenever I deliver food, I get kind of like, okay, it could be here literally whenever. So I'm always kind of like waiting to like be ready. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to take my pants off just yet. But the cool thing about these guys is that they sent me a text like 10 minutes beforehand, and they were like, your food's on your way. So it's really convenient. It makes it nice because then you can say, oh, okay, put my pants on, I'm ready to go. So it's like I was like really hard for that whole idea.
Yeah. And dude, another thing though that was really nice and convenient was one, the packaging.
Oh yeah, looks beautiful.
It was gorgeous, but the way that they prepare the food in the box when they get it to you, it's already ready to be heated. Like the sandwich that I had, the braised pork sandwich.
Yeah.
They separated the meat from the bread with like a wax paper already to be put into the oven So they made it really simple, really almost idiot proof.
Yeah, really.
You know, and it's like, okay, if you want to eat it cold, take the wax paper off and just enjoy the thing cold. Go for it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to do it right and do it proper, like a human being, you know,
like you give a shit. Like whenever I cook, I ignore a lot of like the special instructions just because I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm eating it. I don't give a shit. Microwave it. Who cares? But this time around, I took really great care to make the food exactly to their instruction, and it really worked out. I think it was more than worth it. It
Dude,
was one of the best meals I've had in a
hands down.
long time.
Easily.
Restaurant, like you said it best, restaurant level food. This is shit that I would pay good money to go out to eat for, and I could eat it with no pants on.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it
exactly.
way better.
And the prices are even better than eating at a restaurant.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know? It's like restaurant quality food for less than paying, less than going to a restaurant.
And in the convenience of your own home.
Deliver to your home.
Yeah.
Without actually leaving your home.
Yeah, and they got those cooking kits too, and I'm really excited to bust into
I can't
that.
wait to dive into mine. I got, what was it? It was a Chipotle.
Like chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice. The Chipotle chicken and rice. I'm going to make that this weekend, and I cannot wait.
I know. I'm excited.
By the way, cooking kits are meals for two.
Yeah, 15 minutes preparation time.
Yeah.
How great is that?
So, dude, I am so glad that these guys at Munchery agreed to work with us.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about food a lot, and I like to cook, but it's really hard for me because you look at recipes, and a lot of the times, you go out and you get the ingredients, and there's too much or too little and whatever, but I'm excited to receive it, learn how to make it, and then you can adjust the recipe because they give you a recipe card to keep.
Yeah, it's yours to keep,
Yeah.
and like you said, if you liked it, but you're like, you know what, maybe I want to add a dash of this.
Yeah, a little extra onions or whatever you want to
Go
do.
for it.
You can do it. So I'm excited to bust into that myself and really cook up a nice meal for a lady friend or two.
So again, for those listeners at home that kind of skip over our intros, what was that code that they gave us to share with our listeners?
This is our special Munchery sponsored episode. You can use our code DSGD0417 for $20 credit towards your purchase, which is basically a steal if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and
if you go
also,
on their website right now and look at that, you can easily find yourself $20 worth of food, basically a free meal.
And you know what? They got another deal going on at the same time as ours. If you're at checkout, enter the code BOGO, BOGO, and you can get a buy one, get one free. So use our code on top of BOGO, and you're set. You can feed your family for less than $20.
You're basically losing money by not going to their website right now and buying this. So I hope you're ready to talk about Munchery, because this is Dish Gods, and we're here to dish on Munchery. We're also going to dish on a couple other less important shit, but it's mostly about Munchery.
And a lot of food.
A lot of food.
Right now, Little Bear and Max are digging and dishing on food.
Food coma hard. We had a really good food high that we tried to jump into the episode on.
I just can't thank the chefs at the Seattle Munchery Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
They did an amazing job on this braised pork sandwich.
And it was reheated too.
Yeah.
That's how amazing it is. It's not like, a fresh piping hot sandwich that's like ready to go. We took it out, we heated it up in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And it was delicious. That's good food. Speaking of food though, I'm going to jump to another quadrant really quick.
Okay.
My good buddy Guy Fieri was on Hot Ones the other day.
Oh yeah. The classic YouTube
series where they eat hot wings.
Mm-hmm.
And he revealed some pretty interesting information about himself.
What did he have to say?
Well, first of all, Guy Fieri loves it when you say Guy Fieri.
Instead of Ferrari, Guy Ferrari.
Or Fieri. He goes nuts when you say Guy Fieri. He could not stop blowing the host for saying his name right. So I thought that was really interesting. One of the things I took away from the episode was Guy Fieri seems kind of like a normal dude, which was weird.
Somewhat.
I mean, he came across as like a respectable guy, sort of. but he apparently lives in a fever dream because the host brought up his many catchphrases, such as Flavor Town or put it on a flip flop.
Yeah,
Classic.
I mean, if you met Guy Fieri, you're like, dude, I'm taking a trip to Flavortown right now.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Muntry sent me on a Flavortown trip.
Flavor Town Express.
Yeah.
You know, you meet Guy Fieri and you're like, yo, man, chili cheese orgy, what up? You know, you're up in that. But he was like, I have no recollection of saying these things. I don't remember ever saying Flavor Town or put it on a flip flop.
Is he high?
I think he's pulling that Shaq shit, where Shaq came out as a flat earther. Everyone's like, Shaq.
I never said that.
Yeah.
I never said that.
Yeah, that's stupid. And Shaq's like, no, I wouldn't say that stupid shit. That's a joke. So Guy Fieri's like, oh my God, everyone thinks I'm the mayor of Flavortown. Why did I ever say Flavortown? So he just goes on. He's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I just say shit. I have no filter. And it's like, it's a way to kind of, it's like, we all know that you think Flavortown is the dopest thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
That's why you never stop
Hands
saying
down.
it. So let's just chill. The biggest takeaway that I had from it, though, was at the end, he got to plug anything that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And he took that opportunity to tell parents to teach their kids to cook. He says, put down your phones and get in the kitchen and learn to cook, which might seem like an admirable thing to anybody who's not a paranoid schizophrenic like myself.
Yeah, that's kind of, it's a very good thing. Hey, teach your kids a
skill.
a
life
quality
skill.
life skill.
But I think there's a darker reasoning for it. I think Guy Fieri is breeding child soldier chefs.
He's breeding them like he's. Is he like in vitro or is he like,
maybe not. Maybe conditioning.
Okay,
He's
there you go.
conditioning
That's a better
child
word.
Soldier chefs. He's getting parents to teach them how to braise and roast and saute things, and then all of a sudden, kids start going missing left and right all over the country. Child chefs are popping up. Lemonade stands are no longer. Now you get sauteed onions and mushrooms at your corner, made by a 6-year-old girl. And you know what children are great for, right? Small spaces.
Small hands.
Yeah, so he's got his rotisserie chicken, like oak tree that he can
doesn't
have.
he have a rotisserie that cooks like
100 spit
chickens?
roast chickens at once or something like
That's
that?
insane.
So he gets all these kids that are working for 12 cents an hour, like fucking working his spit roasting thing. He's got their little hands handling the dog shit to feed to his tortoise. It's a fucking conspiracy. I guarantee you. I give it 5 years because America listens to Guy Fieri.
Oh yeah.
Nobody just takes what he says and lets it go. It's gospel. Whatever he says, people do. So kids are going to start learning how to cook now. 5, 6, 7-year-olds. They're going to start learning to cook. And I guarantee you, in the span of 5 years, we're going to see a mass kidnapping of
like a wave of kidnapping.
And then all of a sudden, Guy Fieri's opening up flavor towns like all over America. And it's like, well, where did all the kids go? But why are all these Flavor Town spots popping up?
But see, the thing is like when they open, it'll be up front. So you have the adults working. You got adult servers.
Yeah.
But
you've got like a chef in the back who's just in the window. But they have the window up there because it's like nipple level. So, but you can't see because all the little kids are running around.
And it turns out that they're just like 3 kids in a trench coat, stacked up in the window. So like they get like the oldest looking child.
They glue a mustache on.
Yeah, glue a mustache or like
they
throw
bleach
some
his hair.
Like, shave it. He goes out, shaves his pubes, and like gorilla masks one of the kids or something. And he's like, "You're gonna fucking stand in this window and look like a chef."
So, I mean, just allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. This is all alleged.
This is all alleged. It's a prediction of sorts. But I see you, Guy Fieri.
Dish Gods is watching you.
I see you. You're some kind of demon, some sort of dark master.
Food demon.
So that's what I got. You got anything you want to talk about?
Dude, I got a couple things that I want to talk about, but I think we'll save it for the second half of the show because I want to get kind of want to dive into some things.
You want to have a lot of time? Well, is there anything we can talk lightly about?
Oh, dude. I know.
Okay.
So apparently the internet right now is in a little bit of an uproar.
When isn't it?
Which I'm kind of glad they're not in like this isn't what they call breaking the internet, which I think is the dumbest thing ever. When people say that, I almost immediately stop reading the article.
Absolutely.
Or if or if the headline is, "This is breaking the internet,"
It's
I'm
nonsense.
like, pass. I don't give a shit. One, you can't break the internet.
Well,
Two,
you can.
well, yeah, you can, but you gotta try really hard.
You can't just get a little pissy and write a comment.
But anyway,
Yeah, what's the internet all up in a tizzy about?
Kylo Ren.
Oh, my boy. A sweet boy. What's he up to?
Apparently the studios messed with his scar.
Good.
Yeah. I don't really know that
'Cause-
much more about it. I think
okay.
you might know more about it because you
This
kind
is
of
'cause-
jack off to Star Wars like every night. and
Every day.
I
I
don't.
use the DVDs as, like a fleshlight of sorts, and I just sort of, crunch the meat into a small cylinder.
Do you
and
put them like in between your mattress?
That's a
you know,
better idea.
You warm
That's
them
a
up.
less painful
You
idea.
slap them in between your
okay,
mattress.
here's
You
what I
leave
do.
that little gap.
So I watch one, right? So I have one going in my DVD player. That
Mhm.
warms it up. And I can't watch two movies at the same time. So I have that one going. I put the other one in my computer or something. And I play that in the background. I'm not watching it, but it's just going. So the DVD gets hot. Then when they're both done, I pull them out. They're hot, ready to go. Let's get to work, boys. But
Wait, are you going through the disc or are you sandwiching?
I was, but I'm sandwiching now.
Because I was gonna be like, that's.
Like I said, I was
It's a pretty small diameter.
kind
That
of,
they're really meant. They're like finger holes. They're like pinky holes, really.
I was
So,
silly
is there
puttying.
something you want to tell our Dish Gods listeners?
I was silly puttying my whole situation, kind of rolling it between my hands so it would kind of extend out, but also get thinner. And that's how I handled that situation.
Okay.
It's sort of like a Majin Buu kind of
Cock ring.
situation that I've got going on.
Majin Buu cock ring.
But so yeah, the studio moved Kylo Ren's scar on his face in the trailer for Episode 8. And if you saw Episode 7, you know that he had just like a giant face chasm, like in the middle of his zone. It was not like good. It didn't look right. It looked stupid. I'm glad they moved it.
Didn't he die on that planet?
No, he got rescued by General Hux. Snow gassed him to carry him so Kylo Ren could finish his training.
Really?
As somebody who's seen Episode 7 literally every day since it came out, I can attest.
That's the one with
With Rey and Kylo Ren and the black guy.
Oh, the black guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
Wow.
one black guy.
Yeah. Well, I guess the token one.
The
yeah,
token black
that's
guy.
true.
And
Really? I didn't catch that. When did
it's
he
like
get
very end.
airlifted?
They don't show it, but
Oh,
It's-
they didn't. Dude, this is my problem with the fucking Star Wars
it's
universe.
It's in the novelization of the movie. If you read that, then you'll understand.
Yeah, this is my problem with the Star Wars universe. Everything about it.
What?
Well, he was airlifted off the planet
He
before,
wasn't
like
necessarily airlifted. He just
seconds
was-
before the entire planet supernovaed.
yeah. What's so
But
crazy about
they
that?
didn't show it. They didn't
Yeah.
show it.
There is better
That's
shit
a
going
critical
on.
point. That's something you definitely want to show your viewers.
There's
Like-
better stuff going on.
Like what?
Like Leia dissing Chewie with that badass hug.
Dissed him?
Yeah, like Chewie was like trying to go in for a hug, and Leia was like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm gonna hug this random chick over here." And everybody's like, "Oh no, Chewie has like Finn in his arms." I don't believe that shit for a second. I think that Leia was like, "Fuck you, Chewie. I never liked your shit anyway. You distracted my husband. Fuck you." She's like, "This chick over here though, she's got it going on. I'm gonna get a handful of that. Give me 2 scoops of Rey." That's what I think happened. So
I like that though. 2 scoops of Rey.
So they had to show that rather than Kylo Ren being rescued off the planet. That's more exciting.
No, I really don't think so.
But it takes away from like the badassness of Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren's like so strong.
Yeah, but I mean, if they would have shown, because now you get to introduce a new character,
What new character?
the guy that saved him.
No, it was Hux,
Who's Hux?
the redhead guy from Harry Potter.
Crux.
Huh?
Crux.
No, Hux. His name is General Hux in the movie.
Okay, and who was he?
The general
Which one?
The red-headed one.
The one that was like addressing the army?
Yeah.
About like, oh, this is our great new super weapon?
Yes, exactly. That's him.
Okay, so it would have been so much cooler if they showed him like carrying him like Kylo Ren, to like the drop ship or whatever, being like, hey.
What if he just grabbed Kylo Ren and then flew into space himself? Like a space angel.
I think you would have a lot of angry Star Wars fans.
I would have literally shit my pants if that happened. I think that's the better version of that
Okay,
story.
so is General Hux a Sith?
No, he's
or
just a dude.
So you're saying some dude saved Kylo Ren to tell him that he needs to continue his
Training.
Jedi training.
No. Sith training.
Sith.
Kylo Ren's not a Jedi.
Okay. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care.
I just don't want you to walk around with incorrect information. Because then you say this
So
stuff
you're
that's
telling that's basically what you're telling me is some regular general,
wrong.
a general or like a captain that Vader choked out like fucking child's play, saved this guy.
Yeah,
And it's just like, oh, you need to continue your Sith training.
it's to show that anyone can be a hero.
I think it would have been better off if they showed that.
But
Because then that would include, the whole continuity issue that Star Wars has.
what continuity issue? Kylo Ren's alive. That's all we need to know.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Star Wars has the worst continuity.
You seem pretty angry. You should.
I'm not angry. It's just
should-
really...
You should eat some food. Some good food. If
Dude,
only we knew where to get it.
I'm eyeballing this good popcorn.
Maybe we'll break that open before we get into our break.
Maybe. I kind of want to... I would break it open now, but that's not good radio. If our listeners want to hear me eat some popcorn...
What are the ASMR? Yeah, some ASMR popcorn.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's go and eat popcorn on the show. Here we go. Huge thank you to Munchery.com for sponsoring this very special episode. Little Bear, what's Munchery.com?
They are a food service, so they deliver and make pre-made meals and food kits that they send directly to your front door.
Absolutely. And memberships are only $8.95 a month. And with that membership, you get access to every single item on their entire website. I'm talking meals, sides, they have breakfast, they have dessert, they have fucking dog treats. They have dog treats, gourmet.
They got food for the entire
treats.
family. So also, what kind of food they do have? I'm looking at their menu right now, and it looks fantastic. They have a honey chipotle chicken taco.
Dope.
Chili soy tofu.
Delicious.
For those vegetarians and or vegans out there. And they also have a Chinese-style barbecue pork salad, which sounds fantastic. I haven't even read what's in it, but it already looks delicious.
And a lot of their items, I notice, are gluten-free and dairy-free.
Yeah, they in the top right corner of their menu selection, you can click on that and you can choose what your dietary needs are, and they will filter all that out for you.
You can order online or through their app. If you order a pre-made meal, the food arrives chilled for maximum freshness. You can heat it up with their very simple instructions. Your meal should be ready in less than 10 minutes. Their cooking kits, 15 minutes is all it takes to make a dinner for two.
We have a little deal going on with them right now.
That's true.
What's our code? They give us a special code for our listeners to use. What is that, Max?
If you want to try out Munchery right this very moment, you can enter in DSGD0417 at checkout for $20 towards your purchase.
That's amazing. And also, they have another deal going on for first-time users. Use the code at checkout, BOGO. That's BOGO. Buy one, get one. So use that. You buy any item on their menu, and you get one item free.
Also, if you're in the Pacific Northwest and you order a meal through them, every single meal that you order, they will donate a meal as well through the Northwest Harvest, which is a great foundation up here in the Northwest. And 1% of every eligible purchase, you can donate to a charitable organization of your choice. So big thank you to Munchery.com
Huge thank you.
for sponsoring this episode. Again, our code is DSGD0417 for $20 off your purchase. Munchery. Delicious. Delivered. Huge thank you also to Shotgun Kitchen for sponsoring the episode. We've been grateful enough to be using their music to open up our show for the last couple of weeks. You heard their song Jill the Goddess opening up the show with their album White Trash Soul. You can find that and many other of their records on iHeartRadio, YouTube, and you can find information about them on their Facebook page. I know for a fact that they're playing Tacoma next month.
They are playing Tacoma next month, May 26th, at the Swiss Restaurant and Pub, downtown Tacoma.
Be there or be square. Dish Gods are going to be there. We hope to see any of our local listeners there
Look
at the
for
show.
the Panda Head,
Yeah.
and you'll find the Dish Gods.
We'll be there in full fashion. So big thank you to Shotgun Kitchen for sponsoring this and a lot of our past episodes. If you want to find out more about us two fellas, you can go to our website, dishgodscast.com. Drop us a line at dishgodshow@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter at dishgods. You can find our show on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and wherever podcasts are sold. So thanks for listening, and we're going to get right back into the show. Thanks for sticking around.
And we're back, listeners.
That's right. We're back in it.
Yeah, we got some...
Back in the trenches of this war.
The fucking trenches.
Podcast trenches.
We got some stuff to talk about.
Let's get into it.
Important stuff.
Important. It's always important here on our show.
Muy importante.
Ooh. A little bit of French.
Yeah, for Max,
Yeah.
it's French. For everyone else in the world, it's in Espanol.
More French. I like it.
Anyway,
It's very sexy when you
Bill
speak French.
Nye. He's the talk of the town right now.
That's true. He fucked up.
He's, as they say, he's breaking the internet.
You got to start sending me these articles because I don't see breaking the internet as much as you do. I think you're just looking at the wrong pages.
No, dude, it's everywhere. And when I see someone or anything, BuzzFeed, I'm looking at you.
Why you see? That's what I'm saying. Why are you looking at BuzzFeed?
Because every time I open Facebook, they're everywhere. They're like, my friends are sharing shit from BuzzFeed,
You
or
block
their
them.
friends,
You block them.
or it's a suggested post from Facebook that, BuzzFeed is like paying Facebook to be like, oh, push our shit out there. And it's like, every time they go, this little girl that's dancing, she's like a 3-year-old, whatever, dancing to fucking Du Hast or whatever, breaking the internet.
I saw a video once that was like, this little girl changed my life, and she her parents are getting divorced. She's maybe like 5 years old. I'm not good with kids' ages because they're all the same stupid, shitty form and age. She goes over to her mom and she's like, you and daddy should still be friends, but if you're not friends, that's okay because you're people and you feel a certain. And it's like, she just was doing that thing where she's like, and if you and daddy don't be friends, then that's okay. I just want you to be happy because if you're happy, then everybody's happy. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sure that like you probably haven't seen it. Anybody else who's been on Facebook has probably seen it. It's just one of those things where like people are saying, this girl's so wise. She's like an old soul. She's saying the dumbest, useless shit I've ever heard in my life.
What she's saying is exactly what she heard on Sesame Street about people arguing and not getting along. And is like, okay.
She's just regurgitating.
Yeah.
Parroting.
Exactly. She's just parroting what she's heard
she should
on
be
public access
sued
shows.
For copyright infringement, if anything.
Back to baby crimes.
Man. That reminds me, I don't think we've ever talked about Now They're Up in Heaven on the show. That song. That
No, we
banger.
haven't, but
can we just touch on that for a second? We
a
have a lot of
second.
time
Okay,
left.
we got to
We have a lot
second,
of time.
and then I want to get back to
to Bill.
Bill.
That song is so dope.
Now they're up in heaven.
Now they're up in heaven. Now they're up in heaven. Pearl Jam should cover that song. I think that's.
I think
cover
Eddie
we
Vedder
did.
could do.
Eddie Vedder could do it justice.
Yeah.
Smash Mouth, obviously. Radiohead, Looking at You. Linkin Park could probably do a good cover.
Well, I don't know. After their new album came out,
It hasn't been. It's not out yet. You can't
Well,
hate on what's not out yet.
what they've put out from it,
They're gonna bounce
I'm gonna
back.
hate on it for a
I
little
think.
bit.
I think they're gonna bounce back. I think there's gonna be some deep cuts on this record that are gonna be like tight.
Mike, what's up?
How you feeling, buddy?
You doing okay over
Everything
there?
good with you? You seem a little hungry. You should have some of these sea salt dark chocolate caramel mints from Munchery here.
You should.
Try them out.
They're fantastic.
Fine. We won't get into the now they're up and have song. But if you haven't heard it, please, for the love of Christ, look it up right now.
Tell them who it's
Pause. Will I Am and Kaylee something. She's like 7 years old. She's talking about all these dead kids. It's the fucking best. Like, look it up. I don't give a shit. Pause our show and go. You have 5 minutes. Go listen to this song. It is the fucking best. I made that my ringtone for like a month, and I had to change it because every time I would not answer calls because that song is so fucking great.
So Now They're Up in Heaven by William.
But yeah, like it. Oh god, they list off the names of the dead kids from Sandy Hook, and it's just the fucking worst. It's the biggest train wreck on the internet, and it's the best.
And the music video too. By the way, she's
music
in the
video.
class, not
The actual classroom, but a classroom.
She's in a classroom, and it's like a kindergarten or first kindergarten through second grade classroom or whatever.
and I know this is like old, kind of. I think it was released in like 2012.
Yeah, Sandy
But
Hook.
it's a sleeper hit. It is a sleeper. Like, I'm gonna have that song up playing at my funeral.
I mean, it's almost as bad as like that country music guy that did that song about 9/11 or whatever.
Which one?
I know, right? Which one?
Now
but,
I'm proud to be an American. That's not the 9/11
No,
song.
it's
but
not.
It
But
basically
they use
is.
it. They fucking use that one all the time. No, I can't remember the fucking dude's name.
Like,
They
I
made
know-
fun of him on South Park like crazy amounts.
Like, I know we're late to the party with this Now They're Up in Heaven thing. And that's why we're not talking about it too much. But it's just the best. You don't understand. Please go look at it. It's the worst, best thing you'll ever see.
Worst, best cash grab.
Yeah,
ever.
It is amazing. But anyway, let's get this show on the rails. Bill.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Got a new show on Netflix. He is killing it, right? I haven't seen it. It's dope, right?
It's okay.
My man Bill is in it, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Okay.
just him, right? Like, it's
No.
just...
wrong.
I mean,
Wrong.
because all they had to do to
Wrong.
make a great Bill Nye show is just have it be Bill Nye the Science Guy 2.0. That's it.
You would
Just reboot the old
one
show.
One would think, but it's
He
not.
doesn't have like a bunch of dumbass correspondents, right?
Yeah, he does.
That just say a bunch of they don't fist bump him at the end of all of their segments, right? Please tell me that.
Well, they do.
Bill Nye doesn't lean on them to explain everything, right?
And unfortunately, he does.
This is a joke, right? This is like a bit.
No. Unfortunately, this is not a bit. This is real life, Max.
This is the
sometimes
show?
sometimes people just need to talk and get information out.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, lay it on me.
Okay.
Big dog.
So, a couple days ago, I decided I just finished all my series that I've been watching on Netflix for a while.
Good for you.
So I just finished them.
Deserve a medal.
I was like, oh, thank you. Another participation trophy.
Another win.
Another participation trophy that I can hang up that means nothing.
Another check mark I
Um,
can throw on my fucking to-do list.
But I was, I finished all those shows, and then Netflix said, hey, we have a new show here. And
What is it?
it was Bill Nye Saves the World. And I was like, oh, dude, I fucking love Bill Nye. He's awesome.
Who doesn't? Grew up
And
on him.
Yeah, dude. I grew up watching him almost every other night on PBS.
Yeah. Good
And
shit.
very good. I mean, it was he was almost one of the main reasons why it intrigued me so much as to why, science type things or chemistry or chemical reactions, anything. Excuse me. Anything like that. It was always fascinating.
And that's why you're a scientist now.
It's the why. It's the, why does this happen? How does this happen?
What
It's just,
is
what
this?
makes whatever happen? That was so intriguing, and he did such a great job making
making it interesting. 'Cause he had
but
passion.
but also it was science for dummies.
Absolutely.
Wow, you hear that, Carrier?
Man, this is the third plane since we started the episode. A lot of air traffic tonight.
Yeah, serious.
Well, you're hearing it rough, uncut, raw, and live here from the Dish God studio.
But unfortunately, I gotta say, his new show, I am not too happy with.
He didn't have Steve Aoki on, did he?
Jesus Christ, he did. And he also had, what's his face?
I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. Donald Faison from Scrubs?
Yeah, thank you.
What? That's crazy. How could I have known that?
Anyway, though, it's heavily catered to the young millennial population.
I can see that.
I mean, technically, I'm a millennial.
yeah,
I mean-
anybody between the under 36 is probably millennial.
Yeah, I think it's a little younger than that, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
ballpark.
technically, I'm a millennial. I'm a little older than Max here, my better half. But still, it just felt like everything that they were talking about, he brought up. His show has good points. They have good talking points, and they have good ideas, to be like, this is raw science. This is real things that are happening in the world. Everything else, but it just felt so catered to the young, dumb population. I mean,
Well, everybody who's young is dumb.
no.
We've
and
talked about this.
I'm not
Anybody
saying. I'm
under
not
the
saying
age of 15
no,
is a
no,
fucking idiot.
I'm
I will
not
go on
saying that.
record and say that.
Okay, you can do that, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it just felt like everything that they said, everything was just like, wow, that's science. That's like, wow. And I'm watching Bill when I was young, and I remember him literally breaking things down, like opening it up. This is a proton, and this is this, and this is that. He's getting.
This is how milk is made.
He's getting really in depth about things, and in this show, it's really quick. He goes, "Oh yeah, this is a proton. It attracts this or whatever, and it produces
Doesn't
that."
fucking matter anyway.
Yeah, and he goes, "But that's because it's science. Anyway, I'm gonna go to this girl here, and she's gonna go like, yeah, and what?
Please
and
tell me that his catchphrase on this show is "That's because it's science." He ends every segment with "That's because it's science. I don't fucking know what I'm doing anymore. I'm Bill Nye. I have a mortgage.
No, I think
My kid's at Harvard."
His catchphrase is he wants to save the world. That's his catchphrase.
Naturally.
I'm Bill Nye, and I'm here to, dare I say it, save the world.
Now, see, here's my issue, because from what I know about the show, I haven't had the opportunity to check it out. I've seen bits and pieces. From what I know, it's like a talk show. It's like a live setting
Yes.
with an audience. Doesn't work for Bill. From what I know of Bill, and I've seen videos of him around. I've seen him talk on everything from climate change to homosexuality. And here's my ideal version of a Bill Nye show. If we're not going to get Bill Nye the Science Guy 2.0, and you're going to do Bill Nye Saves the World, here's how you do the show. If you're going to just keep that show, season 2, here's how I want every episode to open. Bill Nye walks into a white room, sits down at a folding table in a plastic chair. He has a laptop and a microphone. The producer's like, "All right, Bill, action." And Bill just gets an hour, and he just talks about everything. He has a whiteboard, and he just fucking sits down, and he talks about whatever the fuck he wants to talk about that hour. He gets a guest sometimes. Neil deGrasse Tyson is the only person who should really be on a show. And they come on and they talk about whatever the fuck it is that they're there to talk about. They're there to talk business. Because, honestly, Bill Nye, he doesn't need a lot of flash and pomp and circumstance. Just give him a platform to say his thing. Don't dress it up. Give him a fucking team and shit. Bill Nye's the guy that we care about.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I've been trying to get my point across as is this whole new team that he has is, I feel like they're dead weight. You know, they one of the guys, I can't remember his name, but he's another one of his correspondents that he has on his show. And this man runs his own YouTube channel, and it's similar to I don't know if anyone out there or if you, Max, have watched Vsauce on YouTube. It's sort of like a science intellectual type channel where they discuss, different scientific topics.
Oh, no. I only watch duck fights on YouTube.
I know you do. I've seen your history. We actually share an account,
That's
and
true.
I'm ashamed. I tried to delete the history.
I need those recommended duck fights, man. There's still some that I haven't
But
seen.
I can't remember his name, but he runs his own channel. He actually, on his YouTube channel, he actually speaks of very informative things. And I spent about an hour last night watching some of his videos on YouTube, and they were actually very informative. But when I watch him on Bill Nye Saves the World, it's not the same. I mean, he's the same person, but it's
Same flesh.
no, it's just it seems dumbed down, which is ridiculous considering, like we said, we grew up with Bill Nye, and he was like, he's clearly a smart, very educated man. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and he picks his words very, very choicely. He does not muddle around,
Yeah. Very concise, well-spoken individual.
unlike me.
At least you get it. I didn't want to say anything. But Bill Nye, the thing that I like about him is that he's one of the few, I'm going to bandy this about, pop culture scientists that kind of get to the point. Neil deGrasse Tyson is great, but he's not as much of a personality as Bill is, I think.
I agree.
Because he doesn't have the nostalgia that Bill has.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of people in this generation, we grew up watching him on TV. He was an icon. He was the guy, Saturday nights or Friday nights or whatever. He made science cool. Like,
Spent
wow.
Friday nights watching Bill Nye. You were out getting pussy.
Yeah, it's 6 years old, man. Gotta
We're
get that.
getting pussy.
Gotta get that tail early.
Man,
No, all those science projects that you would see on TV that like the kids in the 90s shows, they're like, oh, I'm going to do this experiment. And he's like, I'm going to show you how to do that at home. And he made it cool. Like, wow, I can actually do that at home. Like, he doesn't show you how to make those things anymore.
because
That's what makes it cool. Is like he shows you, he breaks it down, and he makes it really in layman's terms, so even the dumbest fucking millennial kid can understand that the Earth is gradually warming up
round.
and round.
I think that this show, if it's not Bill Nye, which was more like that, it was more like, hey kids, science is fun, let's do volcanoes and shit. If it's not going to be that, and it's going to be Bill Nye Saves the World, he's here to talk about serious issues like climate change, then make it that. Give Bill a proper pedestal to stand on and say his piece. This is not the proper format for Bill Nye to fucking roam around
I
in.
feel like what's happening right now with this show is Netflix kind of stepped in with their producers or whoever, and they said, okay, we'll give you a show, we'll do this, but let's kind of jazz it up for the new kids that, our demographic and our subscribers or whatever. And so they throw in like all this weird lingo that, it's like, I don't fucking know, man.
Well,
it seems like they're like,
They're
so
making
trappy.
it for 10-year-olds when they should be making it for 30-year-olds.
But that's what they say. They're in the first episode, he goes, I am Bill Nye. You grew up with me, but this isn't the show that you grew up with. This is for the kids that grew up watching me, but we're going to make it for like the adult kid in you. I'm paraphrasing, but it's something along those lines. So it's like, okay, he acknowledges the fact that the show is now for his now older watchers.
But he totally ignores them and takes away the format that we fell in love with in the first place.
Yeah, and it's catering to the younger generation, which I mean I have no problem with, because as long as he's teaching science, you know, and the way he does it, like I said, he's just amazing. But the way he does it to show them, the younger generation, how it is now, it's just ridiculous. I don't agree with it.
I agree. Well, hopefully season 2 they just stick him in a box and let him do his thing.
Yeah, I hope they step up their game. Netflix, calling you out hard. Fucking hard.
Hard.
So hard. So anyway, speaking of Netflix shows,
Okay.
I was watching Legends of Tomorrow.
Which is...
It's a DC-based show. I know you're not a big fan of DC, unlike me. But it's a show where they take the lesser-known characters from the DC world.
Ooh, good.
So they have
All the good ones.
Firestorm,
Ooh.
the White Canary,
Sign me up. White Bird.
White Canary,
These
Firestorm,
fucking birds.
Adam Man. He wears a suit that shrinks him down. It's like Ant-Man.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, I'm thinking Molecule Man from Marvel. The guy that could totally kill everybody in DC who ever existed. But anyway. I digress.
Good luck. But yeah, he
controls molecules.
shut up.
Okay.
We're not talking
We're
about
not doing that. That's not what we're doing.
But yeah, so they have all these characters together in one place.
Okay, so the Bird Boy, Fire Boy, and Small Guy.
Yeah, whatever makes you happy. So they're in a ship. They get picked up by a he's essentially like Doctor Who-ish person. He's a time
This show just keeps getting
he's
better.
he's not a time lord,
Okay.
but you know, he basically watches over time.
So he's he's a watcher.
He's like a watchman. And
Well, I mean, Marvel had the Watchers. So
he watches over time, and he makes sure, like, if anyone's traveling through time and they disrupt it, they can cause ripples in time, and it.
they're causing ripples, Marty. We gotta
Exactly.
stop them.
So they go back, or they go in the future,
Okay.
and they either stop this person, or if they can't stop the person, then they correct the mistake that was made.
So this trio does this, not the Watcher.
There's like 6 of them.
Okay. Well, you just said 3 of them, so I thought it
Because
was a
I
trio.
can't remember the
All right.
rest of them.
All right.
Anyway,
Well, this team.
stop interrupting me.
I'm
and
just trying to make sure that I'm on board.
So, yeah, this team goes through and they correct these like ripples in time,
Okay.
and they do these things. But as I've been watching it, I mean, I'm done with it. This is the series that I was talking about. That is
Okay.
like, oh, I finished it.
Cool.
So I made it. Fuck off. I made it through the end of the 2nd season, and about halfway through it, though, I realized it was so similar to another series that I watched about 6 months ago on Netflix, and this one was called Sliders.
Yeah, about burgers.
No, that's what I thought at first too. So I was like, "Oh man, a food show, cool."
Yeah.
So I turned it on. No, it's actually a sci-fi show
Okay.
about time travel.
Time traveling burgers.
No, nothing about food.
Okay.
Fuck
That's
off.
disappointing.
Fuck off with your food.
I'm just, dude, we got all this munchery shit going on. I'm hungry.
I know. But anyway, the Sliders is about this group of people, or as one man builds a device able to travel through parallel worlds, and he gets trapped there because his device is shit and he can't do anything. But anyway, he like bounces around through time,
Okay.
and every time he bounces through time, he creates ripples. And if he ends up going back to his own like parallel world on that timeline, he's altered it. So he could be different when he gets back, or he could
Okay.
meet himself or his brother or someone that he's messed with in the future, you know? And it's like Legends of Tomorrow is the Sliders of today, but with superheroes.
So it's almost like we could mash the two shows together. Is what you're saying,
Dude, the
So, like,
Sliders of
Heroes
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm down. So let's get some good heroes in this mix, though. So let's do like literally anybody else. And okay, so
No, but you see, that's you don't get it because they reference that a lot.
that they're not good heroes.
Yeah, they recognize that they're not. They recognize that they're not Superman, or they're not Thor, or they're not.
That's gotta be rough to be
You know,
in the DC
they-
universe
so-
and know that Superman exists, and you're like, why are you asking me to do this? You do know that Superman can hear everything, right?
Yeah, and that they basically say that too, but they kind of get
This show actually sounds kind of dope.
so they kind of get stuck on these missions, and that's when they realize, like, we're not heroes. Some of them are actually villains in the DC world too, and they cause havoc and mayhem. But when they get stuck on this ship, and they start actually inadvertently doing good things. They were like the bad characters, the villains were actually, they were trying to rob people in time and like do whatever, but robbing them actually in the future ended up helping them. So they ended up doing a good thing.
Yeah.
And then so they realized, wow, we're not, we may not be recognized now, but in the future when stuff changes, we'll be recognized. Oh, we're legends. So that's where you get Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
So they realize that they're not great heroes. They're not anywhere near, Thor, Superman, whatever, Martian Manhunter. They're not there.
And Sliders had the guy from Kangaroo Jack, right?
It totally did. And it had Gimli from Lord of the
Star
Rings.
Wars.
Fuck off with
Oh.
Star Wars.
So let's draw up a pilot really quick before we have to go for Sliders. But I want to meld one more universe,
Let's try it.
the Kangaroo Jack universe.
Is that even like an established universe?
The KJCU? Absolutely. The Kangaroo Jack cinematic universe is absolutely a thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I've got a Joey on my dinga. So, which is Kangaroo Jack's famous catchphrase.
On his dinga.
So, it's a time-traveling show with the worst superheroes from Marvel or DC. There are some bad Marvel superheroes, I will admit.
Do they hop in Kangaroo Jack's pouch and travel through time?
Yes, they do. Absolutely.
Are you serious?
I wasn't thinking that, but yeah. I was going to say they travel around in like a mystery machine style van, but no, they absolutely hop through time in Kangaroo Jack's fucking pouch.
Yeah.
Even though he's a male kangaroo.
It's okay. We'll add one in.
Slice it open.
Yeah.
Put it in. No, they hop in the pockets in the hoodie that he wears.
There we go.
He puts on his fucking sunglasses. He says, "Oi, I've got a Joey on me, dinga." And then they fucking just boing through space and time to parallel universes. But like Sliders, they get stuck.
And they can't go back until the timer reaches 0.
Until Kangaroo Jack drops a fat rhyme. So Kangaroo Jack has a pen and notepad with him at all times. And they land and it's like, oh no, Kangaroo Jack, you gotta write a fire verse before we get eaten by these giant grasshoppers. He's like, I'm trying, crikey. Mate, let me write. Crikes. And so Kangaroo Jack is just furiously trying to write just these fire bars to spit. And the heroes and the guy from Kangaroo Jack are just all like freaking the fuck out. And then he goes, and instead of hip, hop, a hip to, but he's always trying to write the Sugar Hill Gang song.
Right.
He's always trying to remember it. He never remembers it, even though he does it countless times through parallel universes, but the time travel messes with his mind. He remembers the portal opens inside of his jacket pockets. Everybody hops in. They go to the next dimension, but they can never return home.
I like it.
So it's just them traveling universe to universe until they find like a paradise one.
I think you're onto something.
All right, let's draft this up, sell it to, who do you think will buy it? Fox?
Yeah? No.
FX?
Fox Searchlight.
Searchlight?
Yeah.
FX? FXX?
Searchlight. IFC.
TBS? I think we could sell it as like a sitcom.
CBS.
I think we could do like a How I Met Your Mother style sitcom with this.
We might be able to. We might want to start on the CW.
I don't know about that place, man.
Where do you think Legends of Tomorrow is?
Anywhere but CW.
They're
Because
on
it sounds
CW.
good. I don't believe you. We'll try it out.
I don't believe you.
But-
Close this out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to our podcast, I think.
Yeah. The Rant Cast?
Is this our podcast? If you enjoyed what you've heard, you can subscribe and rate us on iTunes or Google Play. That would be amazing. if you
And
could
on
do that.
Stitcher.
And on Stitcher. You can email us at dishgodshow@gmail.com if you have literally anything to say.
Anything at all.
Anything. You can hit us up on Twitter at dishgods, or you can check out our website, dishgodscast.com.
And don't forget, Munchery.com sponsored this episode today.
Yeah, they made it all happen.
And they gave us a fancy code for you to use at checkout to save $20 max. What is that code again?
That code that you can use to save $20 off your purchase is DSG D0417. Also use the code BOGO to buy one, get one free. Munchery.com. Deliciousness delivered. Also, huge thank you to Shotgun Kitchen for sponsoring the episode. We have had the distinct pleasure of using some of their music to open up our show. It's been a pleasure. Thank you to Jill,
Specifically you, Jill.
for making this connection happen and allowing us to keep the show going, to purchase some new equipment through the sponsorship of Shotgun Kitchen. So big shout out to Jill. Big shout out to Shotgun Kitchen. Again, you can catch them in Tacoma, May
26th at the Swiss Restaurant and Pub, downtown Tacoma.
Dish Gods will be there, full gear, ready to rage. Although I do have church in the morning, so I will be having a white wine, not partying too hard,
And eating fish.
and eating some fish. That I got from Munchery, because that's how I roll now. So thank you for listening to our program. We hope that you can have a safe week. And as always, we will see you next time. Keep it sleazy.
See you later, everyone.